Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Invest with Dennis channel. And today we are talking about Apple versus OpenAI. Why did Apple file a trade secret lawsuit against OpenAI? And this was filed on July 10th, 2026. The backdrop: 2024 partnership. OpenAI and Apple struck a high profile deal integrating ChatGPT directly into iPhone's operating system via Apple Intelligence. Talent migration. Apple alleges more than 400 former employees are now employed by OpenAI, many recruited from hardware and design teams. OpenAI's hardware push. OpenAI acquired Jony Ive's device startup IPO products in a deal reported to be about $6.5 billion, aiming to build consumer AI hardware that could rival the iPhone one day. The core allegation: at every level, from members of its technical staff to its chief hardware officer, and in coordination with business partners, OpenAI, allegedly by Apple, has been stealing trade secrets and confidential information. Systematic solicitation of confidential information from current and former employees, encouraging departing staff to bring designs, prototypes, and components to job interviews, coaching employees to evade Apple's exit security process. Key figure: Tang Tan, 24 years at Apple before departure. Former VP of product design, iPhone and Apple Watch, now OpenAI's chief hardware officer and co-founder of IPO products. Alleged used Apple's internal code names to draw out more information from job candidates. Directed candidates still employed at Apple to bring actual parts, batteries, logic boards, and so forth to interview sessions. Named as a defendant in the lawsuit. Another key figure, Chang Lu, years as a senior systems electrical engineer at Apple, left Apple for OpenAI in 2006, joining its hardware development effort. Allegedly kept a work-issued Apple laptop after departure, accused of discovering and exploiting a bug that let him access Apple's cloud network file storage after leaving. Downloaded dozens of confidential files, many labeled internally as confidential. Advised at least one Apple employee applying to OpenAI on what to study before the interview. The IO Products connection. IO Products named in the suit. Jony Ive's hardware startup, co-founded with Tang Tang, was acquired by OpenAI to lead its device efforts. Jony Ive himself was not named. Apple's former chief designer, who began collaborating with OpenAI in 2023, was not officially named as a defendant. A rival device on the horizon. OpenAI has not announced specifics, but Sam Altman said prototypes were finished and a 2026 launch has been floated on the horizon. Beyond individuals, business partners, Apple's complaint extends the alleged scheme past ex-employees to Apple's own manufacturing partners. Metal phishing technique. Apple alleges OpenAI had a partner demonstrate a proprietary metal phishing technique Apple invented, while misleading the partner to believe they had Apple's permission to do so. Apple says it sent OpenAI a letter in February 2026 raising these concerns and received no response before filing suit. This is the tip of the iceberg, rotten to its core, but its illegal reliance on misappropriated trade secrets. What Apple is seeking: monetary damages, compensation for the alleged theft and use of trade secrets, injunctive relief, court orders barring further use of misappropriated information, a forced stop, an order compelling Apple AI to cease using Apple trade secrets entirely. The wide fallout. OpenAI's response. OpenAI says it has no interest in other companies' trade secrets and remains focused on building its own technology. It has not yet responded in court. Elon weighs in. Elon publicly piled on via social media, resurfacing past criticism of OpenAI's Sam Altman. Altman fired back, referencing SpaceX's own ventures. Timing matters. The suit lands as OpenAI has confidentially filed for an IPO target at a valuation north of $1 trillion, and its ChatGPT Siri integration with Apple continues. The bottom line: Apple alleges OpenAI ran a coordinated campaign through former employees, interview tactics, and manufacturing partners to acquire confidential Apple hardware know-how for its own competing consumer device. These remain allegations. OpenAI has not responded in court. In short, guys, all these are just allegations. We'll be closely looking at the process, the court process, lawsuits and all these things of that nature. It takes a lot of years. It's very unfortunate because these two huge corporations had collaborated in the past, and it's unfortunate to see such an occurrence happening. Well, it's competitive. The AI venture is very, very competitive. Every company right now in software, they want to have that extra advantage as compared to the next competitor. Hopefully this issue can be resolved. Like I said, guys, this is just a slide showing allegedly what happened. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. All this has to be proven in the court of law. Hopefully that's not the case. I still believe these are very, very good corporations, and it's very, very unfortunate that a lawsuit of this matter is allegedly going on, or there's a lawsuit going on right now. But that just shows you the competitive nature of AI, and just also shows you the competition for talent in the Silicon Valley when it comes to software and just the AI race right now. It's exciting to see what goes on in the future, because I believe AI is a very, very good tool that corporations are using. And it doesn't matter what type of corporation, you have to integrate AI in everything you're doing. It makes life easy. Although you have to be very careful when you're using AI, because it's fairly new and not everything is as accurate as it looks. But hopefully, for OpenAI's sake, hopefully this is not the case with this lawsuit, because I'm very, very curious to see how this will affect OpenAI IPO valuation, given that this is a very, very serious lawsuit. Whenever copyright infringement is proven, that will be huge for the stock valuation. And for Apple as well, they're just trying to protect their interests as well, because you can never sleep on Apple. They might be lying dormant for a couple of years, and then all of a sudden, boom, there comes this new product that people love. Guys, this is just an analysis. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you what stock to buy or invest in. This is just an analysis of what's going on right now. This is really, really huge for investors. And hopefully there's a way that OpenAI and Apple can sort this out of court. I don't know, but these are two great corporations, and I feel a collaboration between these corporations will bring out some really good products. Guys, if you like analysis like this, remember this is the Invest by Dennis channel. It's not just about financial investing. It's also about just investing in your well-being, your mental space, and all these other good things. If you like content like this, guys, please feel free to like and subscribe. Please drop some comments, guys. Let's share the word together. Let's grow together, and let's learn more about the market in general. Peace and blessings. Ciao.